All right. Thanks a lot for joining us today, Walter. We are here talking about a listing on Flipper, and Walter is the owner-operator of that site. So, Walter, did you just want to give us a bit of background about yourself and the business that you've got listed on Flipper at the moment?
Sure, Chris. Thanks for doing this. I have a varied business background. Right now, I've got a couple of other companies I'm involved with. One is a B2B SaaS software company. Another is a content-based company. And my wife and I were looking for an e-commerce business to buy to kind of diversify our business efforts. And we're attracted to WonderWoo for a number of reasons. One, it was already pretty decently profitable. Two, it had a lot of the infrastructure in place. And three, could easily identify some good opportunities for growth. And so we bought that business. Unfortunately, almost immediately after we closed, my other business has really started taking off and has consumed all of my time. And since we're not able to give WonderWoo the attention it really needs, we figured it'd be better to put it into some new hands who can really achieve the growth potential it has.
Okay, awesome. So you got plenty of years experience, and so you definitely spotted when you were looking for this asset, you spotted some real opportunity there and wanted to double down on that, and unfortunately haven't been able to kind of prioritize that at this point.
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
Awesome. And in the jewelry space, so did you have experience coming into this space, and how have you found it having operating this business the last few months?
I had zero experience in the jewelry space. One of the reasons why we did like the business is that while fashion jewelry is pretty darn commoditized, at least the Christian jewelry space it's very evergreen niche within the space, and most of the competition out there it's really just Alibaba storefronts out there. And so WonderWoo, previous owner, had really kind of instilled it with a personal touch. And to the extent that, for example, we have 4 different Facebook pages, kind of like we have Her Faith to hit female Christians, another one for Christian men. And so there's really a personal aspect to it. We have a very strong relationship with the manufacturer in China and a dedicated agent over there. Okay. And so if any buyers are concerned about needing to know about jewelry or Christian jewelry or the Christian space, they don't really need it. And they also wouldn't need a whole lot of direct China experience. Our agent is very good over there. He's very good at translating our needs. I do happen to have experience with supply chains in China from a previous gig, but that was years ago. Okay. And it's not really necessary to run the business. So for example, one of the one of the opportunities for growth of the business and will be an ongoing need for the business is bringing in new product to test for new potential winners. And what we have already found with our Chinese agent is we can simply send him an example of another piece that we found or some sketches that we came up with along with some dimensions that we think would work well. And then he just works with the factory and pretty quickly turns around some samples and turns that vision to reality. Okay,
awesome. And what's the delivery time like doing that shipping from China?
It really varies. Now that we're post-COVID, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, of course.
Relatively post-COVID.
Yeah.
And post-Chinese New Year and all of that. And so new orders with this manufacturer are probably in the 12 to 15 day range.
Okay, awesome. Coming from China, that's pretty good. So, you're not looking at that extended period where you start to get concerns from buyers about if their products can actually arrive. So that's fantastic.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. And in terms of growth opportunities, so when you purchased the asset, as I mentioned, there were some key areas that you thought you'd dive into. Have you been able to double down on any of those yet, or there's still some untapped space there?
Yeah, unfortunately, like I mentioned, I was immediately consumed elsewhere, so we really haven't had an opportunity to dive in on those. A couple things we have done in the intervening month and a half or whatever it's been, is we did more fully automate the integration between the different apps, so that if somebody wanted to run this on his or her own, or maybe have a VA for customer support, that kind of thing, it's very easy to do, to run it on an ongoing basis. And we got everything transitioned, all the apps and everything transitioned. And then we also worked with our agent in China to find a new manufacturer. And so we reduced our product costs on average about 8% per item, as well as improving the quality of the product. And so we have a replacement order for most of the inventory in production right now. And so that'll be shipping in the next, probably the end of next week.
Okay.
Otherwise, all of the previous owner really drove a lot of the business from Facebook ads.
Yep.
And that direct response advertising worked very well. Obviously, if you look at the historical numbers, we have not had a chance to really even drive that. So we haven't even
in terms of optimization.
Yeah, even optimizing or even replicating what you've done, since I've been so distracted. But there are a lot of other areas that I think are really prime growth opportunities. The direct response advertising with Facebook can be quite expensive, although it does drive the traffic. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for organic growth. As you can see in the Google Analytics numbers and the SEMrush score, not a lot of attention has been paid there. So some SEO work, I think, would go a long way. Again, there's the kind of the foundation there. There's the Facebook pages, the Instagram followers, and so on. So that can all start interacting to drive the SERP results. The other area I think would be, like I mentioned, social is really engaging more broadly and consistently on social media to drive some of that traffic. So the WonderWoo among the customers has that brand, and so that brand just needs to be more broadly known. And then with a mailing list, we've got over 40,000 customer emails in the Shopify store, and 33,000 active profiles in Klaviyo. And so there's a lot of content marketing and email marketing opportunity there as well, which is a heck of a lot cheaper than Facebook.
And a fair bit of that repeat activity as well. So you've got quite a large spike leading up to Christmas. So those buyers coming back and repurchasing is a great asset to have as well.
Excellent. Yes.
Yeah. And in terms of your customer base, are they predominantly US? Are there some other markets that are kind of untapped? Do you know?
Mostly US, but we do ship worldwide. Fair amount in Australia, New Zealand, and fair amount in UK, Canada. But I don't have the number right at hand, but mostly US.
Okay, no worries. Okay, all right. Well, thanks a lot for your time today. It's been great to hear firsthand about how the business operates, and all the best with the listing on Flipper.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for your time.
No worries. See ya.
Bye.